Hello, everyone. Oh no, my shirt is green. How's everyone doing? Good evening, Graham. How are you? Um, I wasn't having this problem when I was checking things. Okay, it's fine if the background's black. We'll see. We'll see. Good evening. Hello, Shepard. Morning to you as well. Yeah, fingers crossed the save was recent. I mean, I guess let's just jump in and see. Hello, dear Crazy Bits. Welcome in. Hello, Afrosax. How's it going? Hello, Monkey. Lovely to see you. It's been a while. How you doing? Yeah, you'll have to stop listening to some King Gizzard. Listen to the sax instead. Actually, I'm stopping the sax. Let's get into the game here. Continues like my last save, right? Let's see where that is. And, ooh, some consecutive streams here. Corey, thank you for the 15 consecutive streams. And Squib, thank you for the 45 consecutive streams. Welcome in, everyone. Did I miss anything? Oh my god, it's before the fight. Oh, we're so far back. Hi, Mugsy. Thank you so much for the follow. Welcome in. We are so far back. What am I gonna do? Oh no. You think it's about 5 minutes from where we left off? Last night our game crashed and I had already beaten the Spirit Guardian. I had already gotten the tools. It was an easy fight, but that's, you know what that means though, right? It means this time it's not going to be easy and this time it's going to be really difficult.
These boots have seen every guardian of faith. A remarkably long-lasting one at that.
Okay. Okay. I have my Shadow Blade in. Let's double check here. Let's just try to catch up while we start stream here. Yeah, I got all my correct stuff out. Does he have
and you shall find me.
mage armor? Let's do mage armor on you. And then maybe let's just get our spells back. Hi, Harrods. How you doing? You're watching while your Tesla is driving for the next 3 hours. Oh, where are you headed? That is fun. Be careful. I don't know if I trust Teslas that much. Hi, Chrissy. Fight again. No other option. It's true. You're right, Chrissy. Let's just lock in here. Do I remember how to beat this guy? Not really. Can I do it without Paisley dying? Oh, right, because if you meleeed, it hit you back.
Let's get on with it.
Is it a humanoid? It's not a humanoid. Is it a humanoid? No, not a humanoid. Should we just start? Yeah, just bring it to 0. I mean, we've already killed it once. I mean, 40%'s not great, but... Okay, well, I got a... I thought I hit it. I thought I did hit it. No? Let's do a fireball again. That's pretty powerful. Oh, it does. I thought it didn't hit back if you use magic for some reason.
Keep going.
I think I can do it. It's only got 15 health back left. Ouch, relax, relax, relax. It's dead. It's dead. Yeah, actually, that was a pretty easy fight. We're good. Should I use my short rest to bring Gale back a little bit?
Ready and willing.
No. Forget Gale? Just a potion? Yeah. Ah, spider. Ah. Just a potion? Potion or... What about that amulet? Amulet of Restoration. Might be worth it.
Your desire.
And then just heal yourself. It's a level... It's just a bonus action. This doesn't take up a spell slot? Oh, that's really nice. Ooh, that's really cool. Nice, 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 nice. Item can only be used once per rest. What about once per person? You did not have Misty Step. You had Magic Missile in.
What's next?
No. I thought I was smarter than the game. Of course I'm not. Of course I'm not. Just checking. Oh, but she should do her level 3. There we go. And then you just take them off. Then you don't keep wearing them, right? Why would you ever wear it? 5, yes, thank you. Why would she keep wearing this amulet now? It doesn't go away, does it? Don't you have Misty Step back in? You don't. You go back to whatever you want and you keep it. That's awesome. Good evening, Gord. How you doing? Welcome in. We are just retracing a few of our steps because my game crashed last night. So we had already killed this guy and then we put the thing where it belonged and I think that's about it. And then I think I went upstairs. Why am I collecting this junk? I don't know. Ooh, gilded
And
chest.
what might you be hiding?
Right. Oh, maybe we're further back than I thought. Because I hadn't... I think we're a little bit further back than the fight. Let's see. Because I hadn't looted the things. I'm pretty sure I looted once. And then I came back around when I realized I was one weapon short. Let's see if the other weapons are in place. But yeah, it'll be faster because I know where to put the weapons. Yeah, well, you get to watch it now. I'm basically redoing it all. Okay, so she's got a hammer. So this is called Ceremonial Warhammer. And then we want to do a throw action right on top of this. And then you've got... What else is there? Mace and battle axe. I can't tell who's holding what. Man, I don't remember. YOLO. Okay. YOLO. Isager, cheers. Welcome in. Yeah, I went to the weapon and I solved the puzzle. Exactly, Parker. I'm thinking the same thing. That's not how you spell ceremonial. I don't know how to spell ceremonial. There it is. Ceremonial mace, YOLO. Let's do a throw. Drop weapon. And then I just gotta do it like this. Little jumps. Mace go here. Aha! We got it right. And then let's go over here. Last weapon. Ceremonial battle axe. Drop. There we go. And that unlocks that. Perfect. But let's grab these keys first.
Better take that.
Oh, why am I Shadow Heart?
No one
Let's
stopped
be
me
Paisley
yet.
again. Yes, we already read that, but I'll read it again. And then, yeah, let's go read
Something good here.
see what's in the pack.
I hope.
Ouch. Ouch. You cheated it? Well, it was obvious because the longsword was here. I mean, no offense, but that's how I figured it out. Do the next Dawn Master, blah, blah, blah. We already read this.
Sounds important.
Great, we get some XP.
Could it still be
And
here
now
somewhere?
we need to go out the window
Best be on my way.
over here. This is what I did last time, F5. The Civ 7 ceremonial pouch. Survival checks, nice, we picked it up. You ended up playing Baldur's Gate for 11 hours? Oh god. You are addicted, my friend. But how's everyone's Sunday? Today's Sunday, right? Am I correct that today's Sunday? Oh right, and then there's a scroll in here. Don't think it's worth it. It's Monday for you. Ooh, yeah. Monday for the oceanic people. Is there a word for people from Australia and New Zealand? Although I'm sure it's actually Monday for many, many people. It's actually Monday for most people. I'm just realizing. Australasia? Antipodean? Is that... I don't know what that means. Eastern Hemisphere? I mean, yeah, but you know what? Even Europeans are in Monday. But I cannot ask a European, how was your Monday? So it's just beginning. I can only ask the Australasians, how was their Monday? Yeah, seriously, it's Monday everywhere, but still. How was everyone's weekend? I'm just prepping for Amsterdam. I went shopping again. Got clothes that are not stained. Because if you have a toddler, then you know everything gets stained. And honestly, I like to blame the toddler, but I immediately got coffee all over my new shirt today, so I can't blame her totally. She is not to be totally blamed. I'm leaving on Tuesday, so tomorrow night's my last stream. And yeah, I was thinking about playing Civ 7, but I was just too tired, and I feel like I need full brain power to play some Civ. So hopefully when we're back. F5. I've been F5ing. I've been doing it. Is your toddler like chat where you always blame her? Yeah, I guess so. I guess I struggle to take responsibility. That sounded too serious, but it's, I mean, it just is what it is.
Stand your ground! Keep them busy!
Who?
The thunder forgive me. We have to fire the lance.
She's talking. The bust is talking.
Statues are never a good sign.
Keep them busy!
Stay idle.
You try.
The thunder forgive me.
I prefer my
We
Oh,
have
come
to fire
on.
the lance.
strong, silent.
You
type
got this,
personally.
Gil.
A magic
Yeah.
mouth spell. So that voice must be from someone long deceased.
Yes, Muggsy, I've quit streaming over there. YouTube's just not optimized for streaming. I'm trying to make videos for it, but honestly, I just totally forgot I was supposed to do that today. Super busy preparing, but yeah. I'm trying to do other videos. The other thing we're doing, Muggsy, is like making the VODs from here into like edited videos for YouTube. What happened with the Eagles? Don't ask about the Eagles. They lost.
Still alive. So that's progress.
That's it about the bus? Nothing else?
Need to find a way forward.
Philly shit. Go birds. Extracts rule of 3. Ooh. We killed the Eagles. We killed the Spirit Guardian. We had to redo it because we lost the game. Crashed. It crashed. and we just redid that, and then we put the weapons on the right platform and we took the thing. That's basically what happened after the Eagles. The Eagles were put down, yeah. You like to keep guidance on them? How many turns does guidance last? It wasn't part of a quest. No, they just... When in doubt with alchemy, just recall the rule of 3. Thrice the same ingredient forms an exact excellence. I feel like I've already read that, actually. What was I gonna say? No, they just attacked me. I was the victim.
Anything of use?
I mean, I no longer have to pretend to be interested in Philly sports. I'm out of Philly. What's the sport for DC? What do DC people care about? Oh no, wizards. Football, yeah, whatever. Inventory of offering. Interesting. Rickety chair. I'm now suspicious of all stools. Football, the Commanders. I've never heard of them. I already checked those barrels. Okay. Also, I don't watch football. But I also feel like, unlike Philly, people in DC don't expect you to support their teams. I use them on the platforms, Eldon. I haven't actually taken them back. Should I have taken it back? Doesn't seem to be anything here, and it doesn't seem like I can go there anyways. And, okay. What was that? Did you guys hear something? Oh, they used to have a racist name? Yeah. Okay, no, that makes sense. No, that was my first inclination. 280 XP, why? I'm gonna be encumbered soon. Right? Yeah. You know, it's actually easier to go by type than by weight. And then we know all of this can go back. That should help a little bit. Okay, and then maybe now we go by weight. Obviously we don't need rope. Oh wow, these are heavy. Well, they're good for Lizelle anyways. She's the thrower. Let's give a backpack to her just in case. Oops, I don't need 10 bottles. I guess I don't need any of these books. What's this? Guess I'll send it back to camp. For now. Justiciar mask and snow. I guess I don't need that because that replaces helmets. Okay, not good enough. Hi, Panda. Oh no, you're still sick. Sorry to hear that. Welcome in though. Hello, Smart. Did you know water solves most problems? Constipated? Drink water. Dry skin? Drink water. Headache? Panda, you hear that one? Drink water. Someone bothering you? Drown them. Not your best joke, but acceptable. Welcome in, Smart. Smart ass peanut gallery. Ooh, look how beautiful this is over here. Grease bottle. Do I want to pick that up? I guess I do kind of want to pick that up.
For me.
Wait, what was that? Rusty what? No skeleton
in
here. The rusty
here?
longsword. Rusty dagger. Okay, in we go. I feel like I'm walking into a
Within
trap.
the artifact, a feeling stirs.
Which artifact?
Uncertainty.
Which artifact? Also, Gale is not as
Oh,
Your
healthy.
magic
curiosity
touch.
is getting the better of you. Do not let it. Stay away from the Githyanki.
Who's talking?
They're hunting you. They want the artifact. They'll stop at nothing to take it from you.
My guardian. Really?
Is that blood? No, never mind. Don't waste a step.
My dream guardian. She's back. She's worried. I'm scared.
Keep me out.
So wait, did someone answer? How long does Bless last? Cheers, after sex. What am I drinking tonight? I don't even know. I'm having a stay classy IPA. Stay classy, chat. 10 turns? So I don't understand why I would just like be constantly putting Bless on everyone. How far in the game are we? Still Act 1, but I went through the mountain pass. This missile charts an expedition to find the lost relic called the Blood of Lethandar. That's what we're trying to find. While mine eyes remain unscorched, we have made great progress in finding his lost blood. After many suns of searching, I penned this entry as our gaze lies upon a Sharon outpost. That's my name. Nestled among the valleys of the Chionthar. We know the Sharons hold the blood. Sorry, why is this their name? They dropped a cargo trunk during transport one eve, and its lid slipped open. 'Twas only a moment, but my shining adherence, what a moment it was. The entire riverbank aflame with a soothing radiance. The same rosy light of a summer dawn. I could practically hear his morning song bouncing between the valley walls. We advance upon those heretic night bringers as the first light of dawn tomorrow, and shall leave naught but ashes in our wake. The Karens. Oh no. Sharons. No, that makes it worse, doesn't it? That actually makes it worse. Because then now it just sounds like I'm saying my name in a weird way. And
Go ahead.
no, shut up,
listening.
Gail. I will say I do hear my name mispronounced because of the spelling more often than you would think, which is funny because it's not my real name. I picked the name so that I could fit in with North American culture. So why is it still being mispronounced? Because, you know, it's Sharon. No, it's Sharon. But people say Sharon a lot. Yeah. But that's how you spell it. Ooh, the missile describing a holy artifact of Lethander is penned in a particular fevered hand. His radiance has faded from our unworthy gazes. O ye lightless wretches, we have failed the Morning Lord, and I record that failing in the pages of this tomb. Tome? To think he once stood on our imperfect world among us imperfect mortals and felled the villain Sam Master, oh, never heard of that, with his holy brilliance. He bled for us, brethren, and we were tasked with locking our gazes eternally upon his blood. Sounds very Christ-oriented. We let those gazes falter, and the blood was taken, wrenched from our sight. It is a test, one that this chapel is duty-bound to undertake. I pass the keeping of this record along to Paladin Vasid, chosen in light to find the relic. Paladin, when you look upon the blood, I pray Lethander honors your deeds by burning out your eyes. Okay. Oh, let's scroll back here. Wait, what happened? Wait, what's happening? Huh? What's going on? Oh, pick up. Okay, thank you. Beautiful. Weird, why was that happening?
Here goes nothing.
Log of visitors. Oh, the holy blood is right here?
Beloved morning, Lord. I must request of thee a reverential reverie.
Huh? Who's talking? Oh no, that's just the
The blood of Lathander, spilled in holy battle with Sanister, immortalized here for all
Who's
to
talking?
worship.
The amulet?
So
Why?
they kept the blood of Lathander here.
Why is the amulet
No
suddenly
wonder it was
talking?
looted.
What does it want? Why?
Open up.
A dungeon. I'm not gonna give it. Ooh, Githyanki longsword.
That's a Githyanki blade, if ever I saw one.
Ooh, this stone disc has Githyanki ruins carved into it. Below them is a drawn translation into the common tongue. It is an inventory of items taken by the Githyanki from the Lethendarian monks upon their initial takeover of the monastery and the subsequent shipment of major valuables back to Nada. Welcome, Drew. Hi, Rodolph. Welcome in, everyone. Let's pick up. Should I look up that weapon? What was that? It's just a regular sword. Plus radiant? No, the radiant is from probably something I'm wearing. It's not better than my baneful. Would it be better on Lizelle? Although I think I like her in two-handed, Drew. Because without the two-handed, she doesn't have any area attacks. Check your status for radiant damage? What? What's my status? Okay, I'm so sick of bones. I don't want any more bones. Wait, what's the Warhammer? This one here? Or this one? No. What Warhammer? Do I have it? Are you talking about the thing we're not using anymore? That we got from the devil? Faith Breaker. You're saying things I don't know, Drew. I don't know what these are. I haven't memorized the list of weapons yet. Another one. Many supplies found. Local areas good for hunting. More Grimishka infestation. But that will be no trouble and indeed will be useful in deterring unwanted visitors. Rosy Morn Monastery it's called, but it seems these monks have plenty hidden away beneath the surface. Lots of valuable goods. Can be traded off. Treasure room. Intelligence. Thumb.
Something over there.
So many rape cages. Oh my god. Ragslin. That's the guy we killed in the goblin camp, right? I think I remember his name. Okay, see? Afrosax? I am remembering people's name. Why did I pick up a rib cage? guess I'm not supposed to go that way. Okay, I guess this way it is. Well, Drew, what about the hammer I've got now? The Exterminator's Axe? Is that not good? Paisley's weapons are good. I've got Cacophony on him. I'm not sure if this is the greatest option. And you guys don't seem down with Sorrow, but I love Sorrow. Like, I think it's the greatest weapon in the game.
No time to rest.
Right? It's really good. Don't think I'm supposed to go here? No. We're just supposed to go down. Yeah, that bonus action is insane. Hi. We're here. Lizelle.
Assume nothing.
You go up.
Positioning.
I just saved. I just saved. Don't worry.
Istik. State your purpose quickly.
Stand down, Gish. Is it not Vlaakith's command to
Hi,
welcome?
Hemgood. Good. Have you played this game,
I
Hemgood?
expected no visitors, faithful or otherwise.
And shout out to him.
Why have you come?
Great Paradox player. Allow Lizelle to answer. Or you think you hate Illithid. I've proved they're invading. We need your help. I just saved. Yeah, don't worry. Let me pass. Fighting me will end badly for you. That's also true. Let's see what you guys think. You love this game. Obsessed with it when it came out. Haven't played in a while though. Yeah, they have Twitch integration. I'm really loving it. I think like for us, people into puzzle games, it has a puzzle element that I think we really enjoy. And Caleb, thank you so much for the Canada. Welcome in, Caleb. You guys want Lizelle to answer? You trust her? She's crazy.
We seek the Sathisk. Show me the way.
You are infected. A gate thrall is something to eradicate, not reason with.
The faithful may be purified. This is Vlaakith's protocol.
Fine. Let the Gustil carry out your fate. Report to the infirmary at once. And step carefully. Crescia like watches you.
Okay, well, we'll kill them all later. I feel like everywhere we go, we just kill everyone. But obviously, we're going to kill them later. No?
Any word on the search for the artifact, Rusty?
XP and loot,
I heard they're
Miles.
making us join the patrol soon. The search must be going badly.
Search for what?
Hush, Quanirel.
What if they don't find the weapon? Do we even know it? Forgive me, just still. I wasn't complaining. I'm honored to help search.
Quanirel,
What weapon?
look at her.
Always
She's
shake the
clearly not with the
merchants first
Inquisition.
and then kill them and take everything they've got. Yeah, you know what? Paisley should talk. Oh man, this is why Paisley should talk. She sucks at this. Hi, McFiston. What do I do? Hi, Yogurt. Welcome in. It finally worked when you came in. I guess I have to intimidate. They would respect intimidation. Gonna add some guidance. Oh, yes, thank God. I think? Yes, thank God. Oh, barely. Oh my God. Oh, Mickey. 75 consecutive streams. Good morning to you, my friend.
The Inquisition are here on Queen Vlakiv's orders. They're searching for a weapon that could finally destroy the Gate.
Is 12th level the maximum?
Keep your mouth shut.
Are you joking, McFiston? I do love this game. You sound pretty afraid of the Inquisition. Why?
They're the darkness at the
Crossover,
edge of
game
Queen Blackhead's
crossover.
light. It's easy to get lost in their
How's
shadow.
it level 12? I'm
When
already
they find
level
the weapon,
6.
they'll go, and things here can be normal again.
I'm level 6.
No one
Paisley,
back home
you
will
talk
ever
to
believe
people.
this. Breathe deep and move.
Which way should I go? Follow the mountain pass. Go to the infirmary. Okay, well, let's go straight then. The levels take longer the higher up you are. Ooh, a classroom.
Chucky, when you have a chance to kill your enemy, you take it.
Why are you kicking them? But like also very lightly.
This is only a taste of the mercy at Kachuki! We are training to fight Gake. You think they will hesitate?
Okay.
They won't need to if we keep killing each other for them. It's stupid.
Stupid.
Silence! It seems your childish prattling is attracting an audience. You fight again. This time, daggers only. And to the death, as instructed. Who wants to challenge this sniveling Istark?
Wait, why are they fighting to the death? Oh my god, no. As an educator, I cannot get behind this. Hi Magus, how you doing? Welcome in. I cannot... Oh, fuck. No! Give me an inspiration. Give me an inspiration. Please let me have an inspiration. Okay, I need to save this boy. Child. I must protect the student. Oh my god, please. I don't want him to die. Yes! I would feel way too bad.
I suppose your inane spewings have distracted enough from my lesson.
Don't
Go
do
with the
that.
swords. I want them sharp enough to peel a Gake's eyeball just by looking at them.
I am inspiration poor.
I hope you prove as weak as this should we meet
Where can
on
I
the
get more?
battlefield, Istik.
Give me more inspirations, please. I feel like I'm doing everything in the game. I'm such a
You
completionist.
are well on your way to being Gake food. Do. What is it? These insufferable interruptions are distracting from my lessons.
Your lessons are reprehensible. Yeah.
I do what is necessary and no worse than our enemies would do. Our warriors must possess strength and skill far superior to any spawn from this
This is an inspiration point? Right
you
here?
will learn this firsthand, Istik, when we finally come to claim it for our own.
What's the inspiration point?
I must attend to my student.
Whatever. Where's the boy I saved? Come thank me. Give me a...
Savage Kesk is a wonderful teacher. He'd happily help you improve your technique.
Savash, that means war in Turkish. Is that how you same spelling? Oh, Savash. Close enough. But Savash is war in Turkish.
That was amazing. I've never seen someone talk the Savage down from a rage like that. He's always telling us how we have to be ruthless, that death is the only mercy we deliver. But you showed compassion and kindness. You're just like...
Just like who?
Never mind.
Just like who? Yeah, just like who? Oh, I can't... Oh, I already have guidance. Okay. Yes. Hi, Willow. No, I just saved him.
I speak of Orpheus.
Orpheus?
The true prince. He's so strong and wise, and he rides a comet. A comet!
Who is Orpheus?
We're forbidden to talk about him. They say Vlakith knows if you even think his name.
Interesting.
I found his book. Part of it anyway. I read it all the time. He's unbelievable.
Oh. I love him. Where did you get this book? Can I have it? Do others here read Orpheus's stories? Where'd you get the book?
A group of warriors came. Outsiders. On a mission for
Oh, he's
Vlaakith
that one guy who
herself.
rides a comet, yeah.
Savage Kethk made us clean their armor. And I found it. Inside one of the breastplates. Wish I knew who it belonged to. I have so many questions. Hopefully, one day I'll find them.
Can I have it?
You want... But I...
Yes, but no, but also yes. The Githyanki have deliberately killed off any traits they deem as weak. This guy values one of those traits, compassion. Yeah, which is why I like him. You endanger yourself by carrying this around. It must be disposed of. I feel bad taking it from him now. It's like his only piece of hope in the world. But there's no option where I don't take it. So, it's for your own good, I guess.
Fine. Take it. So
we should give it to
stupid we
Lizelle.
can't read it. It's just a story. It's not even true. I'll do my best to forget what it said. Thank you for taking it.
No, don't forget. Oh no, keep your hope, keep your compassion up.
I can't say anymore.
What did I just get? Oh, it's cool that we have this like totally different way of codex reading. Do you still have the Githyanki tablet from the May Shower? Yes, Chaotic, I believe so. Hi, Codemon, welcome in. We killed people for compassionate reasons, Thanatos. We may have made mistakes, but like, really, I killed Kaga to try to save people. It didn't work, but I tried. I killed the pregnant woman to save that baby from being a hag. Have Lizelle read them, unlocks more thing. If you don't believe it, then that's your problem. The Prince of the Comet, Orpheus himself. No, that's Morpheus. Orpheus himself. Like, is that the same from from Matrix? No. That was a mistake, Caleb. That was a mistake. Led his honor guard into battle. I didn't say we're perfect, okay? We make mistakes. Mistakes are made. My bad. The red dragons bellowed with righteous anger, and the heavens erupted. The glorious prince cried to all who could hear, "Praise be to my mother, Gith, the queen of the one sky, sacrificed to the hells by the renegade Vlaakith." But the true heir, the prince of the comet, could not overcome Vlaakith's knights and their ill-gotten worms. Mighty Voss, Gestil Kithrak, lit the astral sky of flame. When the ash had cleared, beloved Orpheus was gone.
Vlaakith will be done.
No, Vlaakith will not be done. No extra thing. I don't know if there's extra dialogue if she reads them. Because we're reading it together, right?
Is Vlaakith's will.
Where is she? Oh no, she blends in. I can't find her. Oh, she's right here.
All right, what now? This place is enlightening. My own creche, Kalair, is remote and sunless, cloaked in the silence of wild space. My Savage would find this one altogether too genial.
Oh, Savash is just like general? The creche training room was illuminating. Our Gith instructors are always so brutal. Or ask about the disc. So this one first.
Savage would never have threatened a youngling. A waste of time and energy. The pupils themselves culled the weak from their ranks. I myself felled 4 of my own classmates once.
Willow,
Kalir
have
had
you ever
100
seen the
times
movie
circled
Crash?
Tyrell.
The first one? I think it'll be enlightening for you. This one. I think then you'll understand more why you're enjoying the car wreck. That's awful. Is life not precious enough to the Githyanki? For what reason? Rage entertainment? That's awful.
Not every life is equal. My people have no use for cowards. Every trainee that I slayed was either too weak to withstand the lessons, or was cocky enough to pick a fight they could never win. Their lives were not precious. They were a blight that required expunging.
Lizelle,
the Githyanki are only
girl.
as powerful as their weakest warrior.
No.
Jaquith de Venzir, the termination of the frail, strengthens us.
That's eugenics. No.
The disc appears in your mind's eye. Lae'zel sees it too, and considers the vision.
Tirsu markings.
I can fix her, I swear.
I recognize them, but I can't make sense. No. Wait. The texts are enciphered, but there's a common speech translation beneath, carved in a different hand. It's a story about Orpheus.
Your head buzzes in concert with Lae'zel's, but it hardly matters. Even without the connection,
It's true, Shepard.
you
I do have
recognize her
sympathy for her.
discomfort.
I do have sympathy for her, but like she needs to change her mind. Tirsu, you said, what does that mean? Who's Orpheus? Go on already. What's it say? You look uneasy. Are you all right?
I am fine. The slate is not. This text is heresy. I can hardly bear to read it, let alone speak it.
You'll bear it just fine. Tell me what it is. Yeah.
Very well. I will read it to you. The Prince of the Comet, Part 2. The Prince of the Comet, Orpheus himself, led his honor guard into battle. Their red dragons bellowed with righteous anger, and the heavens erupted. The glorious prince cried to all who could hear him, "Praise be to my mother Gith, the queen of the ones, but the true heir, the prince of the..." When the ash had cleared, beloved true heir, glorious prince, there's no greater crime than to exalt the pretender called Orpheus. Disregard this drivel. Gith declared that Vlaakith should be queen. Orpheus would have
Vlaakith
ceded
is a
control
woman.
to the Geich.
I guess I haven't found part 1. And if it's true, sounds like Vlaakith betrayed Gith and seized the throne.
She did nothing of the sort. Thank your good fortunes I'm a tolerant woman, or I'd have
I don't think
sliced off
so.
a few toes for suggesting it.
I'd like to see you try.
Mercy is death, death is mercy. This is
Time to press ahead.
Anything to read here? No. Check all the chairs. There's someone back here.
I want to have a word.
Why is this red?
Unless you want to be set up as target practice, I suggest you leave. Istik.
Okay. Why did this turn red? Was this always red?
Strike hard! Slice flesh! No hesitation!
This is all stealing. Don't need to steal. These poor kids.
Gate have 6 major arteries. No, wait, 7. Stop distracting me.
They're so cute.
I have to learn this or the Savash will get angry.
Oh.
Again.
Poor babies, they're abused.
Did you see that? What a wimp! I'm way braver than Val.
Oh, brainwashed. Okay, that's it there. So I have these discs. I might have found part 1. Actually, let me go to camp and see what I do have. Because I'd be curious if I can read it. Because I do have other discs. I thought. Here. No, not that one. Oh, have I sold any? I don't think I've sold any. I didn't pick it up. I missed it. I want part 1. Okay, well, tell me before we reach Act 2. Remember to tell me later. What was I gonna do? I have a soul coin. Should put some of these in here. We'll organize later. Didn't I just say the other night, if you organize as you go, you won't feel so overwhelmed by the amount of stuff? And yet here we are, not following my own advice. Let's just put these letters in here because it's taking up space. Stuff to sell later. I don't think I need this on me. Maybe I'll keep that on me just in case. Let's take some of this stuff out. God, so much garbage. Where's my garbage bag? Here. Okay, all of this can go in my garbage box. All of this. Right? Or no, I should keep these actually. Right? Oh God, hopefully this is all garbage. Not this one. Okay. Garbage, garbage, garbage. Garbage. Oops. This is all to sell for later. Okay. I kind of want to keep the music box. Sounds fun. All of this. Yeah, it's clean enough. How much carrying capacity does Carla have? Yeah, I have one for like magical items, and then I have one for things we're selling right away, and then I have one for just miscellaneous.
The Yankee are distracted enough.
The
They
Yankees?
don't need your interference.
Okay. Actually, I wonder if we should go the opposite way first. And yeah, let's get this checked out. 410? Wow. What makes her so strong? Her class or her race? Her class? So anyone could... We could make Lizelle strong.
Ugh. Blood? Rust? Squar? Is there no odious substance not smeared on this delivery? I'd heard this plane was disgusting, but I didn't think it would be like this.
She's a merchant.
Most metals here fold like istics, much like istics themselves. But
Where
if
are
you're
they
so
from?
keen to
Space?
extol their virtues, you can pay accordingly.
Ooh, merchant, yes. Supreme healing. I haven't seen that before. How much? It's not even that expensive. First we trade, then we murder. That's the rule, guys. These are all just arrows. I don't think we waste money on arrows. We got a battle axe +1. Not that great, I guess. Defender flail. No. I think I could maybe use this crossbow. I don't know though. Knife of the Undermountain King. Reduce the number you need to roll a critical hit while attacking by 1. Can stack when you roll 2 damage or less. Shadow Blade. You have the advantage on attack rolls against lighty or heavily obscured targets when using this blade. Ooh, like a shadow darkness run. I'm getting that for later. Oh, it's expensive. What did Wicca auto-modded? Got an ad coming up here though, so we'll continue shopping right after this ad. That sounds so fucked up. Thank you everyone for hanging out. Very appreciated. Be back in a couple minutes. I didn't know you could eat the owlbear egg. I don't even know where I got it from. Do the owlbears deserve their own eggs, Eldon? Oh, from the mom. That was a long time ago. Right, let's keep shopping. You said look at this. Heir of Dragon Slaying. We're gonna want this. I assume. We're gonna fight a dragon here soon. Larythian Wrath. Two-handed? Longsword. Is that one or two-handed? Could be interesting then for Paisley as her main hand weapon. What's this? Swing your weapon in a cyclone of steel. I kind of want this. Do you guys like this one? Is it better than the Baneful? We'll buy everything. Don't worry about that. We'll definitely get the gloves if it's any good. No. Witchbreaker? No. Vital Conduit. When the wearer casts a spell, they gain 8 temporary hit points. Whoa! Yeah. She does look pretty cool. I like her outfit. Also, when did you get here, Blue? Hello, Blue. Welcome in. Boots okay, not good. Okay. Doom Lobber. 1 bonus to spell attack rolls. Your ranged spell attacks are made as melee spell attacks when they're adjacent to a hostile creature. So you no longer have disadvantage. Is this the gloves you were talking about? So you can do Eldritch Blast on anyone. Dexterity score to 18. Man, I just put my stuff away. Here's some hammers. I just put everything away. It's all very expensive. Actually, maybe I want to keep these.
I wonder what the next move
What are
is.
you wearing? Yeah, you guys said that's better than this. Maybe I just sell the Oak Father's Embrace. Maybe we should start selling some of these things like the staffs. I don't know. The gloves of Dex are goated. I mean, I feel like my dexterity is already really high, no? Can I check my character sheet from here? Okay. Are we really spending this much money? And then at what point do you sell magical things? And then you want to respec. Interesting. Man, I kind of want all of these magical things though. Like, you never know. You never know when it's gonna be good. Right? I don't think I ever want -1 charisma. No matter what. Yeah, don't you keep them for Gale to eat? Yes, wrong sword. Wait, which one did I want? Unseen Menace? No. Wait, which sword did I want? That's a spear. Is it? Oh, this one. Yes. That's even more expensive. That's even more expensive. Why is Unseen Menace good? The weapon is invisible while equipped. It loses this property for 2 rounds on a missed attack. Why is this one good? Got a single piece of gold. While it's invisible, you get an advantage. Ooh. But it's a spear, right? So the question is it better than Lazelle's two-handed? Then you just kill them. Less damage, but more often. No, I don't think I want it then. Because she already has so little
There is work to do.
damage. Yeah, but I really love Sorrow. I'm not getting rid of Sorrow. Because it's a bonus action. It's too good. Okay. I don't have enough gold. Something's got to go. Gloves of Dexterity. The sword. Who would take the sword? Would it be Lazelle? Or would it be Paisley? I think the sword's gotta go. Because it would be Paisley, right? It would be against my Baneful. And it's basically the same. I think the Baneful's better and cooler. I'm doing two-handed because I have my shadow weapon. There we go, getting closer to the amount. Two. There we go. Okay. Yeah, I have stuff to sell, which we should, because that's all my gold.
On your way, then.
Let's do a few trips. I actually don't have that much to sell, if I'm being honest. But we will take everything. In here. It's just 88 things. No. It's just 41 things. So really, it's not going to be worth much. Pick up and add to wares. I think that's the only stuff really. Oh, this stuff too. Pick up and add to wares. Pick up add to wares. Pick up to add to wares. Some of this stuff too then. Whipping cane? When did we get a whipping cane? But I do have magical stuff in here that I haven't been selling. Well, this person, I totally forgot who they were. They're a streamer. Does anyone remember their name? Came and told me about the shadow weapon scaling up. as you level. So that's why it's really good. Have you heard about that?
I will be heard.
Ugh, blood, rust, the filth of these people. Unbelievable.
Okay, add wares to offer. Balance offer. Wow, yeah, just not a lot of our gold coming back. Wait, why does Gale have these things? Did I accidentally pick it up with Gale? I don't know if I'll make Lizella Barbarian. I think I'm happy with the way she is. Yeah, we're not getting a lot of her gold back. We should trade using our highest charisma.
Excellent choice.
Really? That makes a difference? Yeah, we could look through magical items soon. I put Shadowblade in the main hand, but I thought we don't want to do that.
Give up now.
Because this bind hexed weapon is on your main hand. Binds your main hand. And this one, if it is bound, gets the magical weapon thing. Right? Does that make sense, Shepard? So this only works if it's my packed weapon, which is this. Or if it's my... If it's bound to... Oh, wait, what's a packed weapon? Am I understanding this correctly? Is my bound weapon. Which this makes it my bound, right? Bind to your main hand. So you want to do this as main hand, right? Does that make sense? Do these things synergize? Perfect. So then this is why this is my second weapon. But now I'm wondering, are we making the Shadow Blade really weak by being our second weapon though? I think we can go even higher. Like, I think, yeah, it's 31 actually. You can't see because of my head. So this is why people are suggesting to switch. But now this is 12 damage because it's no longer a hexed weapon. Or though, is it? Is it still hexed? This dagger, the Susar dagger that I made. But it seems like the Baneful is still hexed, because if you hex it and then you switch it, it's fine, huh? Does that make sense? So now, is that what that purple thing means on the top right? It's still hexed. It's still this. It's still bound to me? Hexing doesn't matter which slot it's equipped, it only goes away during long rest if you put the hex on another weapon. Right, so, but it says here, bind to your main hand weapon. So it has to be my main hand weapon. Right, so Parker says it's still hex, but you lose the damage because it's offhand weapon. But the thing that I really want to know is, do I still get the function of it being bound? Because then only do the magical powers function. What is the magical functions? Bane is magical, I guess, and the enchantments. Okay, so bound and then move. Okay, cool. I can do that. That's easy enough. Yeah, we have to consider if we want to sell our magical stuff, because now my gold is really, really low. Like, extremely low. Or if we want to just keep going.
On my way.
We're like poor now? But we'll be rich later, right? Check out this knife. What's the knife of Under Mountain King? I don't think I have that. Oh, I do. Reduce the number you need to roll for a critical hit while attacking by 1. The effect can stack when you roll 2 damage or less. Reroll the dice, taking the highest results. You have an advantage on attack rolls against lightly or heavily executed targets when using this blade. Okay. So it's 12 damage. Oh, but now we do one of these. So now I've hexed this one. So now it's at a 33 damage. And this is not hexed, it's at 12 damage. Do Will. I feel like Will is the quintessential good boy. So what do you guys like better? Knife of the Undermountain one? Or Susur Dagger? Or... There's one more. Or the one we were... The Bane. Those are our 3 options. If you're wondering what the dagger does, the target must succeed a Constitution saving throw. On failure, they will be silenced. So great for killing wizards. I don't know. I guess they're all fine. They're all really good. Oh, they have spies out there. This is the Inquisitor. Ooh, but I can't get through. They won't let me in. Should we go up? Should we try to listen? Undermountain does everything better than Baneful except casting Bane, but it gives you plus 5% chance on all of our attacks. Okay.
You should know better. Forgive me. We have not been visited by an Inquisitor in an age. It is an honor.
I would be more concerned than excited.
Softer than a whisper.
People can't see me, right?
Best get in and out.
Will they
Any
know?
word on the search for the artifact, Rastiel?
It was me.
Words are food for gay spies. You should know better.
Forgive me. We have not
Oh
been
wait,
visited
this on
by an
mind
Inquisitor
flares.
in an age. It is an honor.
I would be more concerned than excited.
Whatever. Okay.
Wonder if the gods are watching me.
I guess I shouldn't go down here, or what?
Loose words are food for gay spies. You should know better.
Forgive me. We have not been visited by an Inquisitor.
Okay,
in
no,
an
that's
age.
fine. We've been talking
It
to
is an
them.
honor.
I would be more concerned than excited. Stop meddling where you aren't wanted, Istik.
Who's the Inquisitor? Which one's the Inquisitor? Okay, let's get out of here. That's the way I came in, yeah. I was confused because it was locked, but I mean, I stole a key. I don't know a key to what, but I have it. Also, these people will be really hard to kill, I'm pretty sure. They're very strong. It's the way I came in. So I've gone all the way there. Is there more up that way, actually? Up this way.
That's why you're here, guarding nothing.
Have faith, Quen. One day, Vlaakith's light will shine upon us.
I don't know.
I see they're letting even Istik mercenaries in these
days. What is Istik?
Leave me alone. The what?
Okay, whatever. Can I jump up here? Yes. That would be considered stealing. This is just an exit? Cliffside exit? Oh. Saving, why? That's just to leave. Okay, good to know. Outsider, okay, cool.
I'm not letting you bring me down. The Kithrak will appreciate me eventually.
I don't think there's anything else here. Let's go the other way. Did I shut the door to the training room? No, I don't think so. It's right here. Why did it autosave? What was so dangerous? Was that not just an exit? I guess not. Maybe there's dragons out there.
An Istik, a love.
Oh, whatever. They're so rude.
I'll give it a shot.
Please, Chitrai, I can explain. The latest batch of
I feel like I walked in where I
knew nothing
shouldn't.
of the astral prism. They were just trying to find Moonrise. They all head there. My Gish have drafted plans to assault the tower. They are ready to fight. Chitrai, we could sift the missing artifact from the tower's ashes if you would give us...
Quiet. Find the astral prism, Therazin. My patience falters.
Wasn't that what
Yes,
Shadowheart
Chitrai.
has?
You heard him! Go!
Hey, she has the same hair
Do
as
as she
me.
says. She remains your Kithrak. For now.
What's a Kithrak? Then play Gale is fun too. Isn't that the thing we have? Oh, she's the dragon rider. Right, these are the people we didn't end up killing. We tried once and then we lost.
I'm not here. Speak.
Okay. Looks like I can read this. Cultists must be captured on site. Interrogation, swift but effective. Search for the artifact. Priority number 1. This doesn't count as stealing?
A map of the Sword Coast. My people have scouted well beyond the temple.
Right. Interesting. Small shovel? Should I steal a shovel again? Any interesting stools? No. Okay. Oh god, what happened here? What the hell is happening here?
An Istik in my
Am I
creche.
supposed to talk to them?
You are one of the mercenaries sent to bring the weapon.
The Istik is with me, honored Kithrak.
So noted. But my question goes unanswered. Do you bring the weapon?
Don't tell her anything.
I was granted entry by your sentries. They told me to seek the Inquisitor. I need a description of the weapon you seek. Yeah, if I don't tell her anything, let's get information from her.
It is small, angular, metal, adorned with Tirsu script, stolen by true soul heretics.
You sense Shadowheart's worry. This weapon sounds like the artifact you carry.
What was that look? You know something. Do you have it?
Do you have it? I don't know what you're looking at. I don't know. I don't have it. Right? I trust my mommy. Nothing to see here.
Then stop wasting my time, Istik!
So why are we talking to her?
You are one of the mercenaries we engaged, are you not?
Technically, I don't have it. Shadowheart does. Not exactly. I'm here to loot the place. What's the reward again?
A fortune in gold, vouched for by our queen herself. I have business to attend to. Return with the weapon, or do not.
It's a very
return
awkward
at all.
conversation. What am I supposed to be doing here?
What's inside?
No, who are these people? I don't think I know them. Burrock? Are these animals?
Once ate a dwarf, armor and all. Took me a whole 10 days to pass him.
Okay.
If she keeps making me eat armor, I'm going on a hunger strike.
Hi, Nerla. Oh my god, that was such a waste of my potion. It would behoove you to remember that should you or any of the other members of Kreshe Yelik flout the new rules, this will be considered an act of treason. Do not think that I am blind to your disdain. I am our queen's eyes, and I see all. The Inquisition will proceed as planned until it's complete and the weapon is found. It's decreed by the queen to me, Inquisitor Wawarzag. Okay. There doesn't seem to be anything else here for me. What's my mission? Talk to her. And do what, though? See what we can find out. I guess there's supposed to be more I can find out. I also wonder, did I see everything in their camp? Let me check the other side. Talk and vibe. Get the tadpoles removed. True. I never went to this side. I want to see this painting. Ooh, is that the queen? Cool.
This imposing portrait depicts a powerful Githyanki warrior, undeniably regal in her mien.
Vlaakith herself. She is both the sun that blinds us and the void that contains us. Praise be.
In the corner of the painting is a small symbol you can't quite place.
History. Draw a new face on the portrait? Why would I do that? Let's inspect it more closely. Behold. Yeah, exactly. There's only room for one queen. I don't know why I would do that. That's gonna be enough? Yes. Just enough. Thank God.
You recall stories of a prince riding a comet just like this one.
Oh, it's a
With
comet!
sudden clarity, you realize it's the symbol of Orpheus, a forgotten hero from the tales of your youth.
The sign of Orpheus. Blasphemy. Would I could quarter the Vandal myself.
Why does she talk like that? Let's draw a new face. A rebel, yeah. Oh, Lisselle's not gonna like this. Why am I doing this?
You take a moment to fully appreciate your masterpiece. She certainly looks a little less regal now.
A wretched display. I thought you better than such juvenile antics.
Nope. Throw that can of soup on it. Hi, Hex. Gets Banksy. Oh my god. Oh my god. Hilarious. Oh no. Ooh.
Entirely too empty. I'd
That's the
expect to see
hatchery.
15 eggs at the very least.
And it's acidic. Ew. Investigation failed? Oh no, don't talk to her.
So, that's what people mean when they talk about butterflies in the...
No, sorry, I don't want to talk to you right now.
Watch how you go. There's a trap.
Where? Ah, so you need to put like a backpack on it?
Istik are permitted to view the birthing pools now. Step carefully while here.
Birthing
Our
pools.
hatchery is protected by lethal
Did you guys see my post about
safeguards.
Franklin today?
I do not wish to pick your remains from them.
I thought hatchery would have more eggs.
Most are hatched. Only one remains. Monitored by Varsh Koku, the caretaker of our young. You may speak to the Varsh if you wish, but stay up.
Yeah, I don't need the eggs.
You linger still. You will find Varsh Kok. Follow the rock.
Oh wait, follow what? The rocks?
Step carefully. There's a trap.
We could kill all of their eggs by covering the acid vents, right?
Watch how you go. There's a trap.
Oh. Why is it trapped? Hi, Mr. Hind. How you doing? Welcome in. Oh, well, I'm just saying if we want to kill the eggs, we could. Not that we should. Why is it trapped? We already gave that woman an owlbear egg. Uh-oh, perception challenge.
Wits and blades always sharp.
No, jump up, not down.
Let's see.
Perception failed. You too?
In thought.
We're all gonna get bombed. Uh-oh. Okay. Let's send Lizella. It's her people. Oh, Lizelle got it. Yes. Oh, but there's another one. God, why are there so many of these?
Flacket's will be done.
Perception failed. Shadowheart. Where are you? No, don't drop down, everyone. Just everybody stay up. Gil. Everybody stay up.
We must scout the crash.
Okay, yes, I know, I know.
Moving in.
Paisley failed. Shadowheart.
Entirely.
Do not approach the egg, Istik. It is strictly forbidden.
I think I set off the bomb.
Fighting a battle already.
I'll go this way.
I think I set off one.
You can tell Kithrak Therazin that my position has not changed. The egg requires more time. Furthermore,
What's in his eye? What's on his eye?
I was not expecting an istic. What brings you to my hatchery?
Leave. Paisley.
Looking ahead.
Here you go.
For discussion.
Come out. This hatchery is a place of solemn duty. Still, I suppose a guest in our creche can be allowed some understanding.
I came here to steal an egg now.
Failure at the first hurdle of existence. Most caretakers would crush it and be done.
Most caretakers would not give the child its fair chance. But I shall. There could be greatness in that shell. Now leave.
Failed insight, no.
Assume nothing. Now. Alas, time for chatter.
You can tell Kithrak Theras, you are not from Creche Yelek. What are you doing here?
I wanted to see the hatchery. I didn't expect it to look so empty.
Almost all of the eggs in its clutch have hatched. We await only one more, which is taking its time.
Why are we waiting for this one?
Most caretakers would not...
You note that the hope in his voice is tinged with weariness.
Yes, there we go.
It's the voice of a man who's fought the inevitable for a long time.
What's that? Some eggs simply fail. Why do you care so much for this one? -1 charisma, though. I guess let's try it. Oh, good. We can increase our bonus by a lot. Oh, no! Oh, no! Critical failure, no inspiration.
It is a dangerous world out there.
Oh.
I'm sure you know that. We cannot afford to discard time for you to leave, I think.
No. No.
Enough.
No.
No rest for the wicked.
Gale, your turn.
You can tell Kithrak I was not expecting an istic. What brings you to my hatchery? Someone with orders from our commander to almost all of the eggs in his clutch have hatched.
Failure at the first...
Okay, yes.
Most caretakers now leave.
No. Insight failed. Shadowheart. Give it a shot.
I don't have time to parent you as well. What do you want now?
Let me help. I can take it somewhere safe.
It's taking a little longer than expected to hatch. The conditions must not be disturbed if it is to have a fighting chance.
I don't know if I want to take an egg. But I mean, why not? Yes. This is why we rejected Lizelle.
What do you know about Githyanki child rearing?
And pursued Shadowheart.
Still, the captain's due for an inspection any day now. And if she sees it here... Tell me, what will you do with it if I entrust it to you?
What should we do with it? I'll raise it if it was my own flesh and blood. I'll make it the best omelet you've ever tasted. Find another creche, one more forgiving, depends. It's true, I didn't trust Shadowheart, you're right. Yeah, vote. I think I want to say I'll find another creche. But raise it on as my own, really? One? Okay. Sure,
That's
if he'll
what I
believe
feared.
it.
Still, I'm sure its nature will pervade, even if
That's
raised
what I
among
feared.
lesser species.
Funny.
Very well. Here, take these. They will aid your approach to the egg.
Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Oh, and look at all these bombs. Ooh, what is this new boot Shadowheart got? Acid surfaces don't affect you. You're resistant to acid. Nice. That's a good one. Can I go take it? Oh, I gotta put the shoes on. Give it to... Give it to her. She will go raise it as her own. Let's give Lizelle a little baby.
I crave blood. An efficient path.
Come on now. It's time to come out.
Reception failed. Careful, I guess.
A trap. Just as I expected.
What kind of trap? Just walk around it?
fine Githyanki egg, at least on the outside, you can see a vague outline of something within
I
it.
feel like my shirt's getting worse. God, what am I supposed to do about that? I'm sorry, let me fix this 1 second. Sure, my teeth aren't disappearing like last time. There we go. Okay. It's a bit better. Pick it up and gingerly stow it in your back. Pick it up. Oh, touch it? No, just pick it up. Right? Oh. Strange gas. How heavy do you think the egg is? And also, is there anything else around here to steal? There's like some barrels here. I'm not sure if barrels are worth doing parkour for, but I guess I'll do it anyways. I'm a loot goblin. Oh, just like this? Oh, Gale leveled up. That's weird. Why did just Gale level up?
Just as I expected.
Oh my god, careful. Oh my god, careful. Why are we down here? For what? Why is this all trapped? What's the deal? Walk carefully. So many investigations failed. That's fine, right? I don't need to send anyone else there? Okay, what does she want to say?
I have a lot on my mind. And well...
An unhatched Githyanki egg should be the burden of a Vash, not a warrior, whether ascended or otherwise. And yet, I'm drawn to the
Oh my god, she's gonna be a
it.
mom!
A child of Gith and a servant of Vlaakith grows within. Keep it close. Perhaps in our care, it might yet hatch.
Mom Zal?
And don't you dare pass it to that lunatic woman prowling the mountain pass.
No, I won't. I would never. I would never.
Another step forward.
Okay. Gale, level up, baby. Level 7. How are we already at level 7? Hello, Evil. Welcome in. Cheers to you, my friend. We gained 2 new spells. Level 4 spells. Oh, you know what? We never do the thing Miss Queen have told us to do. We never use it. Wow, look at Blight. Look at the damage on Blight. Fire Shield I have the scroll for. Ooh, Ice Storm's new. That's your favorite? I like it. Although Ice Storm wouldn't work if the ceiling is covered, right? Nightmares. Polymorph? Like our polycule? Oh, you make them into a sheep. Yeah, Wall of Fire we have the scroll for, I'm pretty sure. Okay, we definitely want a level 4 though. Stone Skin good on defense. Do we need defense? Yeah, who needs defense? You guys like Dimension Door? Teleport yourself and one to ally to a place you can see. But we already have Misty Step for that, right? The tentacle sounds really fun. Do you guys like the tentacles? Oh yeah, you were saying Everds. You were saying what? Everds and what? Shields level 1 is really good. Interesting. We already have one that makes the opponent laugh. But I feel like I need a level 4 because I'm assuming now I can cast level 4 spells, right? So I like Tentacles and I like Ice Storm. I mean, 40 is insane. Is this a conjure? It's an evocation, so my people don't get hurt, right? I already got Long Strider. I just keep forgetting to use it. So yeah, we should do Ice Storm. I only get one level 4. You can upcast spells too. Like I can upcast Shadow Blade. Right. Upcasting is important. Oh, he can have a Shadow Blade too. I don't know about shields. What are the ones you cannot get from scrolls? Oh, I really liked Flaming Spear. That one was a lot of fun because it distracted the enemies. That was really good. Shield is the one you cannot learn from scroll. Interesting. And it's a level 1 slot. Okay, I'm between Flaming Spear and Shield right now. Okay, Shield it is. We can now also learn some new spells.
Direct me.
Level 4, we have Banishment. I don't think I care about that one. Oh, the tentacles are here. Oh, thank God we didn't learn that one. But now we've got it. Oh, thank God. What else we got? Fire Shield. Ooh, that seems really fun. And then we have to remember to cast Long Strider, truly. Oh, this cost me gold. I don't have that much gold left. We already have Dimension Door, Protection from Energy, and Wall of Fire. Right, I said we have this one already. Yeah, I'm low on gold, so I'm just gonna do one more here. And then we need to switch out our slots. Ooh, what do we want to get rid of? So we don't need Missile anymore because our amulet gives us that. I never use Find Familiar. I don't know why you guys said I needed this. Hi, Paul. How you doing? Welcome in. I'm taking that out. Misty Step and Web needs to go. Why is Web in there? Ew. I like Witch Bolt for sometimes I need electricity. I like Thunder Wave. Mage Armor stays. Cloud of Daggers I love. I don't use Invisibility. Get rid of that one. Okay, let's throw in Ice Storm, and I don't actually know if I want Clouds of Daggers or if I want Tentacles. They're both conjurations, so they both hurt my people. But like Fire Shield, what is this? Is We'll do Wall of Fire then. Okay, no more level 4s because I don't have that many slots. Oh, Counterspell needs to be a spell, huh? Yeah, I actually wonder we should keep Counterspell in there. And then we want to do Shield. Longstrider needs to go in as well. Do we want to get rid of Mage Armor? And add Shield instead? Wait, where is Shield? Here. Oh, it's just a reaction. Toss Witch Bolt, but sometimes electricity is so important, Miles. Like with things that are electronic, and to be without electricity sucks. A Shocking Grasp is only melee. I guess I have her glyphs. Do you guys think this is better? No, but like for example, when Witch Bolt came into use was, for example, we had those we went to the tower in the Underdark and there was those things with the laser beams and you could damage it only by electricity, or like damage it best by electricity, and we were really far. So it was nice to have a spell I could cast from far away. Mage Armor, Magic Missile, Shield, Counterspell, Fireball. I don't have... Oh wait, I have Fireball. This one? Counterspell. Okay, I think this is fine then. I like Thunderwave. It's proven useful. When I'm surrounded. Okay, cool. I don't think I need both Wall of Fire and Ice Storms. I can only cast one. They're both similar damage. So which one's better? I guess depending if we're inside or outside, right? But I can't cast both Afro Sacs. It mattered for one of the spells, Shepherd. For one of them, it said like the ceiling blocks this. Ooh. I didn't put the tentacles in though. So you're saying tentacle is better than Cloud of Daggers? Okay, probably actually. But now I have 3 level 4s. Tentacles suck? Guys, I cannot stand opposing opinions. I need my advisors to make up their minds. I already have Magic Missile. I have it as an amulet. Yeah, it's a lower spell, that's true. And I use it a lot. It's actually super... It's one of my favorites. I don't have a lot of level 2s. Yeah, it was something like lightning or something I couldn't use indoors. Okay. We need to use Longstrider more.
Right.
Wow, how are we already an hour in? What have we been doing? It's already an ad break. I need to take my ad breaks because I forgot to have dinner. No, don't go that way. Oh, guys. There was no need to do that. Gale. No, let me cast Longstrider. Good call. Oh. So you want to use it as a level 4? Or a level 3? Wait, what? How does this work? Level 1, but it's only one person. Who do you use it on? Okay, well, let me take my dinner break. I'll be right back, everyone. am back. Rituals do not use spell slots outside of combat. Ooh, so what makes it a ritual? Is it the plus sign or something else? Hi, Yenny. Lovely to see you. How you doing, my friend? Or it's on the spell description? Okay. What else was I gonna ask? Do I have anything else that's ritual? What does the plus sign mean? I'm guessing the plus sign means you can just do a higher level. You are all playing Baldur's Gate because of me, and I love it. What are you doing, Yenny?
Times.
Like, how many of you have started new games because of me? That's so funny. Should I take it as a compliment or an insult? Like, you can do better than me. Speak to animals, a ritual. Speak with the dead. Longstrider. Cool, 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 cool. Funny. Do you guys feel like the ground shaking sometimes? I wonder if I need to rest. Might as well.
Took the edge off. Let's see what this does.
Ooh, mage hands. What is happening here?
Focus. Focus.
Poor kids, man.
I've not meant istic before. Do you all look like that?
That's... what was that sound?
Not now, Kachuki. We're
Kachuki? What is Kachuki? What's in the chest is making an awful noise.
Wouldn't you like to know?
It's one of those cats that we killed.
No. Nah, we're having fun.
Intimidation. Let's intimidate children. This is not the first time I'm intimidating children in this game. I also don't know why I need to roll to intimidate children. I should just intimidate them. It shouldn't be a roll.
Fine. If you're going to be a big baby about it. A big, ugly baby.
Kill
Open
these
it up,
kids.
then.
Kill them.
It's all yours.
DK. We're back to being the good guys. Yes. Cheers, my friend. Thank you for the 13 months. Oh my god. Cheers, cheers, cheers. Welcome in. Oh, hello everyone. Hello, Quetz. How you doing? Hello, Talendar. Kids can be mean though. You don't think as an adult you can intimidate any child? I guess some not kids. Not at that age, maybe. I think after 7, they have a mind of their own.
Your face, Kachogi.
Who are we fighting? Just this little thing? Oh my god, why is everyone in the fight? Oh my god, what? Well...
Step to it.
I don't think this is a big deal, right? Let's try our shocking grass. You guys said it's good enough damage. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh shit! Level up! Well, I guess it was worth it. It was worth it. We all leveled up. 2 of us did. Worth killing the cat. It all worked out in the end. Ooh, another spell? Level 4 spells? Oh wow, Blight is insane. Dominate Beast. Oh, weird. There's a few new ones like Staggering Smite. But that's it. I don't know. What do we do? Smites are good. Staggering smite is really good. It can't take reactions and it's more likely to miss. Okay. Is this good? Okay, I'm done with that. The only thing is I have so few slots. Oh, and here's my Eldritch Invocation. No, no, no. Polymorph, no. You can slow with a Warlock slot. I don't want to use Warlock slots. I just don't have enough. I don't have enough spell slots. And I feel like our Deception and Persuasion is already as good as it gets. Right? I don't know if I need more of this. Beast Speech? Maybe that, well, it's a spell slot. Okay, seems like a lot of these are just... Ooh, what is one with the shadows? Vanish into the darkness and become invisible as long as you stand still. That's kind of fun, but ends if you move, attack, cast. So it's actually not good at all. This is Bane. Hello, Bill. How you doing? Just 16 times. He's doing okay. You like the Mire option? Mire the Mind? 6 creatures, slow them. Wow, 6 is a lot of creatures. It says without expanding a spell slot. Which one? Mask of Many Faces. Oh, these are all without. False Life? Maybe. This is without. Okay, they're all without. Armor, Mage Armor without. I don't think I need Mage Armor at all. This is with. This is with. This is with. This is with. And they don't expand any spell slots. So I could get like a whole bunch of things to do. Ooh. Maybe we do a Book of Ancient Secrets. Yeah, Parker. They're all actions, though, which is kind of annoying. But I like it. You think these are all niche? I guess that's fine. Don't I already have this orb? I don't remember. But silence is the reason to do this one, right? Bane is with the slot. Yeah, one with the shadows was no good. Maybe we just do Beast Speech. We're gonna run out of potions soon. Okay, this is my question, Shepard. Am I not already maxed out on my charisma? Wait, it says 19. I thought I was 20. I thought I was charisma 20. 20 is the max. I was 20, so this proficiency won't do anything. So then, yeah, I don't want to do anything with slots. Proficiency still does things when you're max? That's the question. Represents whether you're trained in a weapon type, tool, or skill. Provides bonus to associated rules, making you more likely to succeed. Deception. +8 to persuasion checks. So wait, should I take Beguiling Influence? Okay, I've decided. I'm between Beguiling Influence or Book of Ancient Secrets. And keep in mind, Shadowheart already has silence. I guess we go Beguiling Influence. How old filthy? Beguiling? Do I already have the proficiency? Ooh. Where would I have it from? But then the beauty is you could free up Shadowheart. Oh, that's a great point. I don't know. Oh, and I can replace a spell. I like all my spells. I don't really use Hold Person much. I could maybe take out Hold Person because I don't know. I just got it though, but I just don't get to use it very much because nobody's a human. We'll keep it for now, Hold Person. Now everyone is a human? Okay, if everyone's a human now, then this is fine. Okay. If everyone's human now, this is fine. Shadowheart. Speaking of Shadowheart, here we go. Oh, there's nothing I can do. I just accept it. Oh, I got Guardian of the Faith. I got Death Ward. I thought I already had these. How come she's picking her own spells? What are those bands? You don't like them? These we can just change out later. But, I think I'm pretty happy with this. I mean, I think it's time to take out water. Silence, Glyph, Holds. Guiding Bolt, sometimes it's fine. I don't need Daylight. Why does she have Daylight? Yeah, I already have Spirit Guardians in. Hi, Bobby. It's the opposite of darkness. And why would Shadowheart need that, right? Oh man, I don't like any of these. It's great versus Undead Shadow, so we don't need it right now. What would she be? What would her new nickname be if she's not Shard anymore? Oh, we have Bane here. I didn't really like Command. I already have Healing Word in. Oh, wow. I don't know what to put in. None of these are good. I need more level 1s, though. Is Bane good? No, you guys don't like Bane. I need one more level 1. Right? I only have 3 level 1s. I don't understand protection from evil and good. Ugh, but water is no good. I'm not really doing lightning. We just took out Gale's lightning attack, Parker, so that's why I'm taking out water. I wish... So, Eldon, how did Nier take over Paisley's mind? Was that with command? Because if that's what command is, I would like that. Oh, wait. Oh, wait. What about level 4 spells? Snap any ally out of stun. God, that is actually really useful. That's really useful. Like, when you need it, it is really important. Yeah. There we go. Banishment's an instant kill, but it's not XP. Right, Mild? I don't know. Let's save. Can't believe those kids tricked me. Where are they? Let's go scold them.
If not over, then through.
What's in here?
I should speak up.
Still Storna gossip.
Okay, I don't think there's anyone to speak for here.
What business have you in a crash?
Yes, whatever. Should I wake him up?
That they let outsiders.
Okay, whatever. Those kids are gone. Yo, here they are. They're kind of cute though, no? They're evil, but they're cute. We have a Persian word for kids like this. Shaytun.
Were you, Kachok?
It means devil, and it's the same word in Turkish, but I remember when I moved to Turkey, I told my roommate, like, oh, that kid is so Shaytun. And she was like, you don't call kids that. That's so bad. But in Persian, we use it all the time. We call little kids devils. I missed a door? Ah. Yes, I did. Little kid devils. We have a version of that, Shaytunak. It means little devil. Ak is the suffix we add to names usually to mean little. So, like, my name, Ak, was my nickname growing up. Ooh, what's this? A nautiloid tank? From the mind flayers, right?
A parasite. Vertical incision from pineal eye to end of notochord. Intestinal coloration consistent with samples 231 to 259. Do you have a question? Or are you just going to stand there gawking?
Gawking.
I am a child of Gith, not discarded rat flesh. Am I not due your respect?
Okay, Lizelle, whoa, you just met her.
Not. Let the istic with you speak, and I will decide what respect you're owed.
I've got a tadpole needs removing. Can you help me? What are you hoping to learn? Let's ask about her studies.
Is capable of understanding.
Oh, wow.
The better question
Usually
is,
people love it when you ask about what they're studying.
What brings an istic to my infirmary?
I simply like to learn. My friend is infected. That's like those Reddit posts. Okay. So no, my persuasion's already boosted because I'm a noble. Right, DK? So that was not useful actually to get it. The advantage. Am I understanding that correctly? Oh, thank God though, it's still enough. Am I the asshole? My friend.
I have no desire to teach.
It'll work for
Your
deception,
request
that's
is
true.
Understandable. You do not gain true knowledge by demanding it of others. It must be earned. Let's see what knowledge your labors have borne so far.
Uh-oh,
Tell
test.
me, what is your understanding
She reminds me of my professors.
ceramorphosis?
Which spell? Bobby. Coercion uses the parasite, but other people have coercion too. I have first-hand knowledge. I'm infected.
I suspected as much. Though I
Muir did use coercion, so how come he got Paisley to fight on his behalf?
You aren't the first Istic
Because
to
when
require treatment.
I look at Shadowheart's coercion, there's no ability to fight.
Either your tadpole is special, or you are. We must find out which. Go to the Zaithis.
It's a special version. I want that version.
I will ensure you're cured.
What is and the Zaithis is?
The apparatus at the top of those stairs. Quickly now. Time is of the essence.
Do we trust her?
Even Githyanki rarely experiences Zaithis. You are very lucky, Istik.
Well, let's save it. Doctor's office. Yep, saving it. This looks like the thing the Mind Flayers had.
Made of taut flesh and pockmarked metal.
Ew.
It waits for something.
The Zaithisk. Vlaakith's purity distilled. My duty. My right.
Examine it. Oh, no, she's too dumb. She can't. Okay.
The device is part organic, part synthetic.
Does look scary.
But you can't tell how it was made or how it works.
Stand aside. My time has come.
You guys, okay. You guys can pick who goes first. I mean, I kind of want to send her. Just because I don't want to die. Step right up, you'll win the prize. Yeah. Let's send her. I mean, she wants to go. Let's be nice to her. After we rejected her.
Let it be done.
Sit, child. Let the Zaithisk end your suffering.
And also I'm scared, yeah. There's some selfish motivation too. Ew, it looks like a gross tongue.
You must focus on the parasite at all times. The Zaithisk will do the rest.
Oh my god.
An unseen blade cleaves your mind in two. Impossible pain sears your bones and body in concert with Lae'zel's. The Zaithisk's psionic forces batter Lae'zel's thoughts. There is no chance she will survive this unscathed.
Is she gonna be okay?
Yes, child. Speak the Talakit. Meditate on its verses.
You feel Lae'zel's mind rip and rupture.
Death is an end to suffering, yeah.
Is this the cure?
Ooh, I don't know what to do. And D-Chang, thank you for the follow. Welcome in. The cure is worth the torment. Show Lae'zel what she stands to lose? I don't understand what this means. Call in your parasite, show Lae'zel what she stands to lose. What does number 2 mean, Afrosax? To flee? No, keep going.
The cure.
Is she dead?
You share in Lae'zel's agony. Every cell within her
Guys, I
skull
cannot lose any
bursts
more
into a constellation of
companions
fragments, sorted and reassembled.
until we get Halsin in.
Lae'zel will die if she remains.
Yes, child. Jamar, Zala, Blackith, call to your queen.
My queen! Hear me!
That thing's killing her.
Your vision narrows. You sense myriad specters of Githyanki past. This is their fate. This is their anguish.
Okay, shit. Seek answers with the Zethys. What is the vision? You must listen. The device is changing you. You're becoming Ilithiad. That's deception. Oh, I don't know. Keep focused. The cure is close. I don't want to kill her. I'm not reloading a save, guys, if she dies. Be careful. We could lose a very key party member. No, I didn't want to kill her. Keep focused. She's not expendable. We need her. She's our tank. Oh my god, you guys are evil. Okay.
Yes.
Wow, chat.
Yes. Relieve me, Blackith!
Guys, I'll never trust you again if she dies.
Lashikla! Lashikla! Lashikla!
Yes, child. Fate's her will.
Your marrow quakes
No.
within your bones. Behind the pain, a new sensation
What is happening,
rises.
guys? Don't let her die.
Power.
Remove her!
Dream visitor. Oh my god. Your tadpole is changing, growing. You have to resist the machine. Force. Focus your mind. Try to overload the device. Pursue the vision you saw. See where they lead. Draw on Zethys's power to take it as your own. Embrace the pain, Lae'zel. Be pure.
My queen! Make me whole! Enough!
Oh, she's alive.
Damn it all!
Oh my god, thank god.
I still feel it! I am Githyanki! I will not be Geich!
My life's work gone. And yet she lives. And so does her parasite.
Well, it seems like your
There's something in her
life's
voice
work is
that goes
shit.
beyond rage, curiosity perhaps, or regret. Whatever it is, you cannot identify it.
The parasite lives, yes, and thank goodness it saved her. You, Zethys, tried to kill Lae'zel and failed. Oh. Am I starting to side with the parasites? I'm confused. What if the mind flayers are the good guys all along? Because my mommy guardian wants me to use the parasite as well. Seems like we need the parasites. But I'm not ready to accept that truth yet.
The only variable in this experience was you and your parasite. And I will uncover how this happened. Wait here. I will gather my tools.
No! I followed the protocol! I must be cleansed!
That was too close.
Smoke rises like
no.
hot breath, but whatever semblance of life once powered the Zethys is gone.
Yes, new level. Good job. What do we get? 2 maneuvers. Ooh. Commander strike. Direct an ally to strike a foe. The ally uses a reaction on their next turn to make a weapon attack. Kind of fun. Distract your target. No. Evasive? No. Feigning attack. Your action and bonus action on a turn to attack a target with advantage? Maybe? Goading attack? Goad them? No. Maneuvering attack? No. Menacing attacks? Spend a superiority die to make an attack that deals an additional 1d8. Also frightens, that's nice. We have precision attack already. And then we've got pushing attack. Maybe rally. Oh, expend a superiority die to grant an ally 8 points. But we already have a healer. I don't know if that's necessary. Sweeping attack. Sweeping arc. Maybe. And then trip attack. No, I don't think I need any of that. Commander strike? Trip attack is best? Really? Well, they knock them down, I guess. You like feigning as well? You can use both your action and bonus action on turn to attack a target with advantage. Yeah, that seems pretty good because she doesn't have a lot of good bonus actions. When a player is prone, it's easier. Yeah, so that means when you sweep them off their feet. I don't think that's the right expression. That they're easier to kill. Dating tips from Paisley. Okay, feigning or tripping. Both are good. But the possibility to trip is so low, right? Oh, we get 2. Oh, there we go. Easy. Oh, that's not what I thought it was. It's you use your action and your bonus action to do like a big hit. But again, we don't... Oh, and a superiority die? Okay. You don't like this one, Mild? 30? You guys prefer Menace? Pushing could be good. Well, I don't really want to push targets back. Hi, Galactalus. I think I want to try feigning attack. Because really, I don't have any use for my bonus actions, but it's both an action and a bonus action. That's what I don't like about it. Maybe Commander Strike. Do you guys not like this one? Direct an ally to strike a foe. The ally uses a reaction on their next turn to make a weapon attack. This seems really good. No? This is huge. Doesn't this mean Paisley can do a 3rd booming blast? Or do I not get to pick it? Oh, and this also is an action and a bonus action. That's insane. That is so useless. Give it a try. I mean, I guess Lizelle gets 2 actions. And Paisley's Booming Blast is way stronger than anything Lizelle does. I wonder if we don't make Lizelle do damage then. Oh, you don't think it's boom? What? What? Did I at least finish leveling her up? What the hell? Oh. Why didn't they pause the game while I leveled up? Oh, come on. Are you freaking kidding me? I took too long? No, chat took too long. Oh, shit. Okay. Okay. Well, that's just a youth. Oh, I wish I had Firewall. I do have Wall of Fire. Where can I cast it? Wait, how does this work? Where does it get casted? Draw a line? Oh, it's on people. I can't draw a line. It says target is blocked. Okay, wait. Oh, like that. Are we happy with this? I guess so.
Sometimes the only way out is through.
And then... You know what, though? I can just Eldritch Blast her out of here. I have the correct weapons. No. Yes. This is my shadow weapon, okay. I think I want to Eldritch Blast her so that she goes in the fire. Easy. Let's do a quick X.
First step is the hardest.
Okay. Counter spell. Oh, a silence would be good. Oh, he misty stepped over there. Okay. Shadowheart. Silence, baby. Anyone who gets close like that. Yep, silenced up there. Oh, I don't want to pull him down, but he'll still be silenced. So that's good. Oh. We gotta get out of the door. Gotta get out of the doorway. Damn, my concentration broke. Urgh. Oh, come on. If I just moved out of the fucking doorway, none of this would have happened. Shit. So who's doing that to her? You are. Who? Who's this? This guy right there has got the concentration. So I gotta kill him. This is an evocation spell. Right there. Should be pretty big. Oh no! Fuck. he misty stepped over here and I can't? Let's go there.
Nothing important is ever easy.
Okay, booming blade. Concentration. Frickin' saved. One more time. Oh, fuck, you missed! No, 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 no. I need Lizelle. I need Lizelle. Speed. Oh, I don't have any more resources. Shoot. Yeah, Lizelle's dead. Okay, Shadowheart, do a radiant. He keeps saving those. Hi, Mad Lad. This is going great. It's maybe not so great. Missed again. I need to break his concentration. Oh, I should have moved Shadowheart. It's fine. At this point, it's fine. Nice, Radiant. Oh god, oh god. Oh god, oh god, Lizelle. Oh shit, he's so big now. Whose turn is it? Oh god. Everyone's dying. Whose turn is it? Gale. Okay, Gale. Gale. Do one of these? It hits a lot of them. And then I guess just jump up. Alright, Paisley.
Again?
You need to break his concentration. Staggering smite. I have to. I have to do something. What would break his concentration the most? Let's try it. Missed. Oh, fuck. Can try again. Missed again. Missed again. What a fucking waste. Missed every single thing. We're dead. We're so dead. Freedom of movement. Okay. How many more turns is on this? Yeah, we gotta do it. Why? Okay, thank God. Thank God. And then we gotta heal ourselves. Shield 2? Nice. Ouch, but it's okay. Oh, thank God, a miss. Oh, no. Ray of Sickness on Lizelle. She's almost dead. Okay, Lizelle. Heal yourself. Second wind. And then disarm him? Yes. Yes. What? Why? Why does he have one left? Shit. Why was that on? Well, it's fine. He's knocked out. We gotta kill this lady. We gotta kill her. Okay, good. She's dead. And you know what? Let's just kill him too. And let's make him a specter. Haha, there we go. There we go. Shadowheart. 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 They're both youth. They don't really matter. Can try this again? No, I'm too far. Oh, come on. Why did you miss?
This is worth the cost.
Okay, Paisley. Missed one of them. Can just go try do a little extra attack. Nice. Look at that specter. Oh wait, where'd you come from? Where'd he come from? Okay, we gotta do a massive heal. Yeah. There we go. And then you get over here. Oops. I need to be careful about those. Ouch. Saved. Blow up the purple thing. Oh, good idea. Is he too far now? It kind of worked. It was okay. Don't go that way. Why don't you actually come kill this one?
My fury.
Okay, Gale. It really doesn't have anything that useful, does he? What is this? Why do I have a jump in here? This is a melee? Yeah, so... I mean, I'd have to come back down for that one. That's just too far. Could just do this on him. Oh, that didn't work, did it? Maybe it did a little bit.
Still breathing, despite everything.
Let's just kill these guys. Oh, another specter. Wait, how many specters can Paisley get? I did it on the candle stand. Okay, whoops. Let's toll the bell. There we go. And then last woman standing. Ouch. Oh, damn, that shove hurt. Are these specters any good? They seem to always miss. Yay! I guess. Do I have any short rests? No. Oh man. She's dying though.
Breeds madness.
Maybe we can just do a little healing effect. I don't want people to like show up and kill me. Is the whole crush hostile or not? I don't know. How much time do I have now?
Let's get going.
I have no idea. Ooh. Hunter's Amulet? Ancient Grudges. Touch your amulet to subsume a sliver of the knowledge of the Gith. You gain advantage on attack rolls. Interesting. Oops. We get a key and then a short sword. cool. Oh, wow. There's like nothing left of him. Elemental fusion. A long sword. Another key? Infirmary keys? There are 3 parasites to collect. Ooh, let's do it. I mean, if they all hate us, we might as well kill them all. And steal everything. Large bottle. It's time to go looting. Yeah, what does she want to say to me?
I followed protocol. I kept to my faith. Yet the Zaithisk might have killed me. The Gustil tampered with it. Traitor. And there may be more still. This must be why the Inquisitors come.
A traitorous doctor, how could you be so sure?
Rakith does not abandon Githyanki. The Zaithisk was tampered with. There is no other explanation.
There's other
Now
explanations.
hurry. We must go to the Chirai and inform him of the Doctor's sedition.
I don't think so, girl. I don't think so. You need to accept this. Oh, decorated barrel. Right. Should we finish leveling her up too? Maybe we should go to camp and heal. Okay. Commander strike and... what was it? Trip attack. Let's stop thinking. We don't have time. We should probably go to camp. Yeah. Let's just take everything in this room first.
A parasite. Take it. It might be useful.
Why is this woman in my head right now? Why is she suddenly talking to me? A massive compendium of notes, observation, external presentation consistent with previous samples, but intestinal coloration is not. Internal fluids also appear discolored. My studies in Tu Narath, extensive as they are, do not cover whatever magic this is. Okay, cool. Ooh, another short sword. Fun. What was that other thing? Ooh, gilded mortar and pestle. Don't need bloody towels. Goblet with dead
scholars
tackles.
study gate devices closely. They even incorporate their findings into our own machines and magic.
Okay. Blood bank.
Githyanki scholars study gate devices closely. They even incorporate
Is there
their
anything else to
findings into
steal?
our own machines and magic.
Did I check every corner? Oh man, I've got ads going soon. That was an hour fight? I mean, yeah, makes sense.
Let's have a look.
Ooh, a crossbow. Definitely want to equip that soon. Nothing else back here. Anything else over here? Check all the bodies. Yeah, and infirmary records. Bloody towels, you. Githyanki names and the treatment they received. Savarshketh. Var, be it for me to tell you how to do your job, but may I suggest you do something about Varl? He's a drain on resources. Interrupting my research. With still strong ghosts? Okay. I guess there's no pause in this game. But I gotta go eat my dinner. I'll be right back. Oh, turn base. Okay, okay. Let me do that. I think we're good. Ah, yeah, Corey, we tried. If we had just moved Shadowheart, I think we would have been fine. The problem was, yeah. The problem was I forgot to move her. Hello, Master. Welcome in. Oh, hello, Kindred. How you doing, my friend? Should we exit turn-based? Go back to camp while we can, before the rest of them show up. And yeah, go to bed. Replenish our spell slots. There we go, full rest. Caster, Warcaster. What is that, Gory? I'm having Chipotle, one of my favorite fast food places. Which is why I'm so sad I forgot to have dinner tonight, but I was watching a movie when I should have been sleeping, and then I fell asleep after the movie. When I should have been eating dinner. Things just didn't work out for me. Hi, Bars. Cheek, cheek, cheek. Cheek, cheek, cheek. Oh, yes, guac. Always guac. Well, you know why, though? Because I used to only eat halal meat. Not anymore, unfortunately. Maybe I should go back to it. I only ate halal meat from 18 until my daughter was born, so 2 years ago. So for 12 years, I didn't have meat that wasn't butchered in the Islamic way. And then once my daughter was born, I was like, I need to make sure she has meat all the time. Because Persian mentality, my mom has given me disorders regarding eating. And then, like, my mom would feed her meat juice all the time. It's just similar to kosher, if you know anything about that, Parker. It's supposed to be a clean cut. It's purported to be more, let's not get into debates, but it's purported to be more humane because it's supposed to cut both the nerve endings, the nerve and the, it's just supposed to kill them in one swoop, as opposed to like shocking them and going limb by limb. And then you're also supposed to do a prayer. And the prayer basically dedicates the meat to like to God, but also like thank you for providing the sustenance and like to not take the animal's life in vain, basically. And then yeah, I was doing that, and then now I don't. But moral of the story is I used to have guac for free. Because if you get a vegetarian bowl, you get the guac for free. And now I'm like, damn, that guac is so good. You have witnessed this when you were 17. God, Pars, my friend, he's pretty Muslim, and he goes to the Kurban Bayramı every year, which is the sacrifice holiday, where they just like, he goes to the slaughterhouse where they slaughter the, it's not even a slaughterhouse, it's like out in the open, it's just a place where they do the ceremony, the ritual. And he was telling me that like there was blood up to his like sneakers, like covering his sneakers. And the smell and the stench. And a lot of blood. Yeah, it sounded crazy. I don't think I could watch it. I'm pretty sure I could not watch it. Okay, whenever we long rest, we have to make sure we do our Shadow Blade. And then we have to make sure we bind. Which one do we want to bound? So it doesn't matter, just our main hand. You can't tolerate the squishiness. It is just so yummy. Man, this knife doesn't seem very good. And then we need to make sure Gale...
Elminster's not around. so might as well.
Wait, what did he say?
My
Does
pleasure.
this on everybody. Have you ever seen it yourself, Mad Lad? Do this. Read the last sentence. Oh, wait, you don't need it. Wait, you got it. Shadowheart. Might be easier when we're not in here. Okay. And then mage armor is the other thing. How long does this last? It's a long rest. Okay. And then we want to restore that slot. And you know what the best kebabs are? Or kebabs? It's when it's both lamb and beef. The mix. I love the mixed kebab. That's my favorite. And then that's it. Whenever we leave, that's all we have to do. Exit camp. But yeah, the movie I was watching, Rachel Getting Married, or Rachel's Getting Married. Has anyone seen that? What a crazy movie. I'm going through, you know, I recommended this podcast before. Why Theory. I'm going through their top 10 films of the 21st century, and Rachel Getting Married was one of them, and I hadn't seen it before.
At least things have
and I
stayed interesting.
really regret watching it. You saw, you liked it? I liked it a lot too. It's not that I didn't like it, but damn, I was just very, very emotionally distraught afterwards. That seems to be everything. Okay, let's get out of here.
What path lies before me? No
Let's
traps, please.
steal everything. Are you encumbered? Oh, god damn it. But no, I thought it was Potion of Speed. Are you kidding me? How are you encumbered already? No, probably because of this. Sent to camp. So this is just... Ooh, that's a good one. Gains 2 lightning charges. I don't think I like that more than just a Githyanki crossbow, right? Just give that to her. And then you can take this out and take the lightning one. There we go. And then throw some of this back to camp. Man, their things are so heavy. Just got some short swords. I guess all of these can go. This can go. And this can go. Maybe we should sell all of those. Okay, Paisley's doing much better. Yeah, I mean, so the podcast I listen to, they're, what's the word? They're film critics, first and foremost, but they're also theoretical film critics that read everything through psychoanalysis. And so their list obviously reflects things that are revealing about psychoanalysis. So through that lens, the film is actually really good. Because one of the really interesting things about film is that, ooh, the Folly of Zethron. Should I finish my thought first? Okay, one of the interesting things about film is that directors, as they're training filmmakers, are always told show, don't tell. But one of the problems with that is, like, how do we tell of the interior of a character only through showing, right? Because what is the interior if not mostly a spoken thing? And so to be able to show the interior of a character is really difficult to do through film. And Rachel's Getting Married does a really good job about that, because you can never, and like the cop-out way, of course, is always to do voiceovers, but that doesn't make a good film. Hi Selena, how you doing? Welcome in. I have not tried alchemy yet. No, we should do it. I don't think I want to read all of this. Oh, maybe I do. The folly of Zerthimon. After Mother Gith freed us from our illithid bonds, Mother Gith traversed the plains, discovering civilizations thriving among the stars. She conquered, she colonized, she controlled, and all the while Zerthimon questioned. He and his disciples struck with words. He claimed that because the Gith had been born anew, we did not know ourselves. That in building an empire, we proved ourselves no better than our former slavers. Gith retaliated with silver, so began the War of the One Sky. Upon his inevitable defeat in the Blasted Plains, Zerthimon's faithful retreated to Limbo, and there they remained languishing in the lethargy. They craved, free of inner fire, free of purpose. They called themselves the Githzerai, those who spurn Mother Gith. We call them Hashar Laki, the unforgivable. Let's take it. So there's a whole other group of Gith we haven't met, huh? I can do podcasts. I'm good with podcasts, especially in the car. But you have long drives, Poppy. What about on your drives to school? I don't know why I'm picking up the toys. That's weird. At least we'll get some of our gold back by looting here. Where can I meet the other Gith? When I drive, I need a podcast or else I fall asleep. Nice. Animal speak. Oh, fruit porridge.
Always
Yummy.
ready for more.
Yeah, Afro Sax. I've had some really, really bad experiences. Because I don't sleep well. Really. That's the main problem, actually. Oh, one of these beautiful desks again. Is this a secret chair? No. I am... Oh, a shovel. It's fine. We don't need it. I'm so suspicious of furniture now. Nothing in here. Yeah, yogurt, exactly. No, yeah. I mean, I found there's a few tricks I know, like chewing gum, talking on the phone. I'm not actually sleepy. It's just the act of driving. For long distances can be boring. And so if I can just occupy my mind. Oh. Hi. Thief.
Someone's reported a theft in this area. It seems you're the likely culprit. What will you
1,300 gold. Attack? What do they want from me? Talk my way out of this. I've got a ton of persuasion. Apparently, not everybody hates me. Wait, podcasts don't have video. That's the whole point of a podcast, no?
You'll walk free for now.
Well, what do you do, Kendra?
Your
Do you listen to
stories
music or
won't land
podcasts?
so well if...
Okay, are we good? Are we good? We're not fighting?
Very well.
No. Oh,
They don't care?
What if they don't find the weapon? Do we even know it?
Audiobooks.
An istic?
Quanirel, the Inquisition have more to worry about than who you talk to in the corridors.
Oh, we already talked about this.
See?
She's in her...
Nobody hates me. I'm confused. Stop or walk. Oh yeah, also stopping and closing my eyes for 10 minutes helps a lot too. Why do people not hate me? Why did only some of them come to kill me? It's like nothing happened.
I must attend to my
Oh, weird. Okay. Well, what do we do now? The only thing is to talk to the captain. Should we try talking to her again? It has
to put my hands on everything.
I don't know. I guess we can try. Let's maybe tell her about the traitorous doctor.
I presume you are not stupid enough to return empty-handed. So, give me the weapon now.
What am I supposed to do? Hi, Cobblestorm. I have found my people. I don't understand. Is there something else I'm supposed to do with her? Just kill her? Oh my god, you guys are split? I don't think I'm supposed to just kill her. There has to be something else I'm supposed to do. I need more information from her. You guys are pretty split. I can give it to her? No. No, I cannot give it to her. But why would it give me this option? Okay. Oh, thank God. Pickpocket her.
Time is finite.
I don't think I can. I cannot pickpocket her. So that's it. Because it says here, the captain is looking for the artifact we carry. Should we speak to her? We should speak to her and see what we can find out. What can I find out? Embrace your potential? No. Discover this, yeah. I want to decipher books about Orpheus more. Astorian could have, yeah, probably. Okay, let's kill her then, I guess. Because otherwise out here is just follow the mountain pass. Ooh, I haven't even seen that one, Willow. Let's close the door. Okay. Okay. She is ready to parry. I don't know if we have Parka. I don't feel like it. I don't feel like we have. Extra attacks. Oh, this is where I have to go. This is the key. Okay. So that's how we find out more. Find out more. Kill her.
So, give me the weapon now. I'll gladly see you try. Attack her!
Attack her! Okay, Gale's first, huh? Let's do one of my favorites.
Nemesis.
Why are you doing it like from there? Why'd you go right in the middle of it, Gale? Okay. Get himself out of there. Shadow Hearts first, but Paisley can also go.
Can't even catch my breath.
Stagger? 65 is so low. I hate how low my chances are, but they're both 65. So we might as well try. Critical miss. Oh, I keep missing these. There we go. Thank God.
Can't afford to let up.
No, it's maybe not the best option. I might want to kill these guys. I think I can. Just with a Radiant? I love Radiant. Almost killed it. There we go. And then this should be a kill on it. Not on Lizelle. On this thing. There we go. That's one kill. Counterspell. Nice. I like Counterspell a lot. It's Lizelle's turn. Should she just focus on this thing? She could pretty much kill it. Oh, come on. How could you miss? Oh, why don't we do Commander's Strike and see how that works? Give Paisley that ability. Onus of Battle. Okay, I'm excited to see how that works. Probably do want to just use one of these. And, try to kill this while we can. There we go. And then do an attack on this guy.
Let my name be known.
It's okay.
Sharlak.
Ouch. Oh, Sentinel. I'm curious what attack Paisley will do. Okay, we want to kill you. Do we just missile it? It's not that great, but it's guaranteed. Ba-ba-ba-ba-bum. Counterspell is goated, yeah. Oh, I could just like kill her by standing a little bit closer. A little bit more. A little bit more. There we go. Nice. And then it's just Misty Step right here with our Radiant. Nice. And then I think a glyph could be fun. What are their weaknesses? No, nothing specific. Why don't we do cold? Right here? Oh wow, I shattered the door.
Nothing will stand in my way.
You are almost dead. I think I just take a potion then. Oh wait, what happened to my counterattack? What happened to the thing Lizelle gave me? It looks like I still have it. Where's my Misty Step? Damn. How do I get close enough? I can go here, I guess, and use some Eldritch Blast. Let's see how that works. Here's one. Okay, he's dead. But now I'm out of actions. So, I can immediately use a reaction to make a weapon attack. How do I do that? It's not like I can reach anybody. Oh, wait. I can do Flourish on you? No, not enough attacks. I guess I can just do Hexblade on you. Ah. Yes, but I need more movement. Oh, it's right there for 3 turns. That's really good. But I have no way to get there. Oh, Paisley better not die. Oh no, Paisley better not die. Oh, but that is really good, right? Nice. You aren't escaping me. You aren't escaping me. Really not enough movement? Oh man, I'm like stuck behind this table, that's why. Can I try one of my special jumps? There we go. Oh, but that used up all my actions. That sucks. Okay, Gale cannot see. But he can still do one of these. Right there. Okay.
Can't give up.
And then... You're almost dead. Don't waste any of your spells. Just do one of these. I can't even see it. Wow, 40%. That's awful. At least 65%. Okay, almost dead. Think you might die with one of these? Okay. I don't know if I want to go out and see what's happening. Just let them come in. Just move out of sight though. There we go.
Wow, so
I learned my
much
lesson
repeat.
about that. And then... Can I now do this? Let's do one of these.
In my hand.
You can use it just once? Ah, did that make sense? Well, I think my Paisley Parker makes more damage than Lizelle. Right? That was a crazy amount of damage. No, I don't think you have to be attacked. Old Filthy, thank you for the follow. Gotta up my Lizelle, maybe. But no, I don't think you need to be attacked. See, I just used it and she wasn't attacked at all. But now it seems like the ability is gone. So you can only do it once. But she's nowhere as strong as Paisley. Right?
Victory awaits.
Just like at a basis? As a baseline? No way.
Can't stay idle.
She's strong because she gets 2 attacks, but she can give 1 to Paisley. Right? Why don't you heal up?
Victory awaits.
Let's just get closer.
On the move.
Might be a good time to do Commander Strike again, because I'm waiting for them to come to me. But they can only do a weapons attack. Yeah, give that to Paisley for next time. But first, Paisley.
I won't give in.
Cancel turn. Come closer.
These boots have seen everything.
We're gonna have to eventually get out of here.
Time to strike.
Let's do it again. I mean, I cannot see them. So I cannot use my abilities right now. He needs to just come closer. Is he gonna jump over it? You can't. It's a cloud of daggers. Oh shit. Let's do a blast. Send you into the cloud of daggers. Nice. Nice.
Concentrate.
He seems to be the only one left. And he's almost dead.
Have to keep going.
This'll do it. Oh, it didn't. It didn't work. Toll the bells.
That's dealt with.
There we go.
But she wasn't the one pulling the strings here.
There we go.
I
Very
applaud
flashy
your taste.
lately, yeah. Oh my god.
Let's take a gander.
Are more people gonna come? More crossbow stuff. More crossbow stuff, some food, delicious food. And now we can just steal whatever we want, right? F5, of course. How could I forget? These are all basically the same. Why is Gale the one doing this? You do this. Let's just loot everything. Was it a basic attack? Because it was a really strong attack too.
Onward.
What is Paisley's basic attack?
What to do?
It's a main hand. It has psychic damage. It says 8 to 29, a 3d8 plus 5. Right? And then Lazelle's attack
not reaction.
is a 1d12 plus 4 slash. I'm starting to understand D&D a little bit. So what does 3d8 mean? I roll, let's say like we just do the average number, 3 dice of 4. So 3 times 4 is 12 plus 5 is, nobody judge me. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Right? And then Lazelle's is just a 6 plus 4, 10. If we just take the middle number. She also gets the acid, so another 10, 12. So Paisley is just stronger. It was just a stronger attack, right? Since you're dual wielding, I think you've currently got it set so it will use both your action and bonus action. I don't think so. We can try it again. But also Lizelle doesn't have the best weapon. Oh, the fire is conditional. I see. Should we get her a better weapon? Under this, there's what? There's a little blue button underneath the purple shadow blade icon. There's a blue button. Blue? Where? Oh. So do I want to toggle it or not? Hi, Minkwa. How you doing? Welcome in. Good morning to you. Or evening. There's a very good weapon for her coming up. Okay, let's wait for that then.
Very well.
Let's make sure we loot
What's
everyone.
hiding here?
I think I already read that one. Let's see what she's got on her. There it is. This is what you're talking about? When yielded by Githyanki, it deals 1 to 4 psychic damage. Seldom caught unaware is really, really good too. And
keep going a little longer now.
Sorry. And we get Soulbreaker. And it stuns. Yeah, this is amazing. Let's give that to Lizelle right now. And then actually do the math, because this makes a huge difference. So let's see here. It's a 3D... Oh, that's Paisley. It's like it's exactly the same. It is now a 2d6 plus 5. So 3 plus 3, 6 plus 5, 11 plus a 1d4. So let's just say that's 2. Wait, 11, 13, 14, 15 damage. Still weaker than Paisley's.
Let's move.
But you guys are saying she could use her actions for other things. She doesn't have a lot of bonus action thought. Well, she has some bonus actions. Like she could leave a hunter's mark. So she can add another 3 with that if she, on certain targets. But that's basically it. She doesn't have a lot of that. I don't think she has Great Weapons Master. Is there a way or is there a place to check? Character sheet. Is it alphabetical? Oh, she has great weapon fighting? Is that the one you mean? No. I would like her to have that. Where can I get that? Okay, so yeah, I'm confused about why does she sometimes have 2 actions, and then what you're saying is that if she uses this, she no longer has 2 actions. And it's only a level 2. Okay, so she couldn't get it later. If she uses that attack, that action for melee attack, she gets a free attack, but so does Paisley.
I've got a
right?
long road ahead.
On her hexed weapon? Maybe? Maybe? Paisley also sometimes gets 2? I see, but it only gives Paisley a reaction, not an action, so only 1 attack. I see, I see. Okay.
Never wanted the easy path.
And it definitely... What's Burke? Oh, that's the guy's name. And it definitely can only be used as a main hand weapon, right? Attack, it cannot be used for like a booming blade. Okay, question. And then it says it's active for 3 turns. Does Paisley get it 3 times?
Wish I had a bag of holding.
One time within 3 turns.
What's inside?
Interesting. And it's pure psychic. Yeah, because I do feel like Paisley just hits a lot better than everyone else. When I see the numbers show up, Paisley seems to like do way better than Lizelle. But not, I don't think she could stand up to 2 versus 1 attack. That's the problem. Their situational uses, like, Lizelle's just too far. And it gets rid of Hellish Rebuke. Well, no, because Lizelle only attacks twice, too. It's not 3 to 4 times. Oh, you're saying it shows 3 to 4... Oops. Smaller numbers. I see. Nope. Let me in. Are these people not going to attack us?
Something's on my mind.
Haven't had enough yet?
Oh, we can still trade? She doesn't care? Oh, really? Just give up all of these Githyanki swords. I don't need these, right? I guess if we decide to kill her, let's first sell everything. Oh, a surgery kit. I don't need toy blocks. A chicken egg? Some of this, some of that. Some of this crap. Yeah, I don't think I need these. Is that it? Wow, I have not picked up that much. And I need Paisley to be the one to do it. So, how do I use her charisma? Barter? Or am I supposed to, for example, ask for more money? Maybe a little bit more? Like this, and then say barter. Oh, it's automatic. Okay. I know, it's going great. I'm having a great time. So, like, I can't barter. It's been refused. She'll be unhappy. She'll be unhappy. She'll be unhappy. Barter. Wow. Okay, so she just won't accept it any less. Discount minus 36. Okay, cool, 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 cool. So I can't steal things in here. They wouldn't like that. I've killed their commander though. Why don't they care? Oh, they just don't know. Okay, well, let's go tell them. Oops. What puzzle in the office? Oh yeah, maybe I should go through that door. But I wanted to kill them. 5. Do I have time to go through that door tonight? It's almost 1:30.
Better not be cursed.
This thing. Gift shard. Probably.
Who would be? Oh, it is you.
Do you know me?
Make haste. We have business to conduct.
Oh, is there permanent debuffs? Wait, what am I supposed to do? We have business to discuss. What? What do you want to do? Nothing. I can just go through. Lizelle. Character sheet. Weaken Constitution. Weakened Intelligence. Weakened Wisdom. I guess Constitution's the biggest problem. She got her wisdom teeth removed. How do we get rid of these? For how long? Tadpole powers. Okay. She's hesitating. She doesn't want to. I can, yeah. No, I agree with her.
Despite everything?
No. Not time to doctor her. She's right. God, you know when it auto-saves, you're in for danger. We talked afterwards, yeah. She believes the doctor is a traitor.
This place is even more foreboding than the rest of the crash.
Indeed. This place makes my skin crawl. No. Makes it run full pelt.
Okay.
I hope, no, expect that Ch'rai will aid us.
It's never been that simple before. I don't know why it would be now.
Yeah, truly. Go slowly, you might be trapped. Ooh. Some pink dye.
Anything of use?
I don't know, Thanatos. Okay. It is getting close to bedtime. It is bedtime. I should probably go to bed. I need to pack up for tomorrow. I think there is probably a fight waiting for us on the other end of that door. Let's snooze this upcoming ad. And I think we'll just leave this for next time. Tomorrow night, last night of streaming before my vacation. But I feel, yeah, you know, I said we didn't do a lot, but we did do a lot. We like cleared out this entire area, right? We got an egg. We fought in the infirmary. We got our wisdom teeth removed. We killed the captain. We traded a lot. We're good. We did good. There's no fight. Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure there's no fight. But tomorrow we will finish... I think... Can I say tomorrow we'll finish Act 1? That would be amazing if we leave off tomorrow finishing Act 1. Maybe I'll stream a little bit later tomorrow to get it done. Yeah, likely. Okay, let's do it tomorrow night. Join me on Discord. If you'd like to talk more. If you've seen Rachel's getting married, let me know. I love discussing movies, but nobody ever watches movies with me. And I got a YouTube page. I should work on that YouTube VOD before I leave. I don't know if I can get it done in time. And then I got my Baldur's Gate runs are happening on our VOD page there. And yes, there's our social links too. Thank you, Yogurt. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for coming. Snip, snip, snip. Yeah, right. Thank you for hanging out. Very appreciated. Thank you for the support. Let's go see who we can raid out to tonight. Oh, the Power Hour's online, but I don't know if they're ahead of me or not. I don't remember. I think they were ahead of me a little bit. That's Elden Ring. Wait, let me click same category. Let's see who else is playing Baldur's Gate tonight. Oh, it's Act 2 finale. I can't rate them. No, it's too dangerous to raid people playing Baldur's Gate, isn't it? Oh, we should go raid Danny. Danny came, raided us a few nights ago. Oh my god, 14 hours. Oh my god, is she okay? Well, let's go say hi, raid her back. And see what she's up to. Wow, what is happening for her is very strange. But I don't think she's actually ahead of me. I don't think so. Let's go see.